Hello, and welcome to the 61st commencement exercises for Schalmont High School. We'd like you to stay standing as we start our presentation tonight with the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be led by Nicole Caldera. Please remain standing for the national anthem, which will be sung by our chorus and concert choir, conducted by Mr. Robert Renzi. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Jesse Odell and Molly Older. They will be the Master of Ceremonies for the 61st Schalmont High School commencement exercises. Jesse and Molly.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, faculty and staff, and graduating seniors, welcome to the 61st annual commencement of Schalmont High School. It's hard to believe we're actually here. After 13 years of blood, sweat, tears, and the occasional chuckle, the only thing that separates us from the rest of our lives is a successful walk across the stage. And because of that, I'm proud to stand before you as a member of the class of 2018 and say congratulations, well done, and most of all, good luck in all that you plan to do.
I can't speak for the entire class, but I know that personally, I would take 5 more classes with Mrs. Giametti just to have a couple more days walking the halls with my friends, not having to worry about the uncertainty of college. From the start of kindergarten, we have been seeing the same faces every day, year after year. We went from being big bad 8th graders at the end of middle school to once again being half everyone's size. Some of us still are, and some of us never were. Now, senior year, where our biggest worry was not catching the senioritis epidemic, even though we always say, this year's my year, and things like, I'm not going to get senioritis. In the end, we always do. But as you can see, we have all made it, molded into the brilliant young men and women you see before you. So congratulations to the class of 2018, and remember, draw attention to yourself in positive ways. The Schalmont Wind Ensemble, under the direction of Mr. Michael Christie, will now offer their rendition of Cry of the Last Unicorn.
Thank you, Mr. Christie, and members of the Wind Ensemble. I would now like to invite Kaylee Older, the class of 2018 Salutatorian, Salutatorian, to the podium to present her address. Kaylee?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm glad to have been part of such a memorable class. A class that may have been deemed by a certain administrator, who may be sitting right next to me, one of the worst behaved classes he's ever had in his entire professional career. But to be fair, I think it's safe to say we've come a long way since we were first given that title freshman year. We've developed into an amazing group of young men and women, all about to start on our own individual paths of life. You hear this in probably every graduation speech, but time really does fly by. It seems like just yesterday, Mr. Orlando joked with us that freshmen are like ants in your cereal. You're really excited to eat your cereal, but they just appall you. But in all seriousness, our high school careers are coming to an end. Wherever we may be heading for the next 4, 5, or 10 years, we're starting our lives in the adult world. However, though we may be saddened by the thought that we have to leave Schalmont in order to start on these new journeys, high school is just a chapter of the long lives ahead of us. And without a doubt, we will continue to carry the memories we made here with us wherever we go. We'll remember Mr. Gibbs and his supernatural ability to eat an entire box of pizza by himself. Mr. Naggs and Mrs. Gimetti's complicated relationship in this year's marble fiasco. Mrs. Guzik and her incredible baking skills, and Mr. Cassell somehow getting on every field trip no matter what class is going on it. If I'm being completely honest, these are the things we're going to remember. More so than what New York State would hope that we remember, like the centripetal acceleration formula, or the rate at which people exit an escalator from 0 to 30 seconds. We'll remember the people, the memories we made with them, and how they made us feel. With this in mind, let's look back on our years in high school and ask ourselves, did we have a positive effect on the lives of others? What did we bring to our relationships with peers, teachers, and family members? What would we do differently if we had the chance? Because although high school is ending, we'll forever have abundant opportunities to affect someone's life in a positive way. Let's keep this in the forefront of our minds as we step into our dorm rooms in the fall, or begin that first day of our new job, or enter into the military. Invest in the people that are in your lives, and thank all of the people who have invested in you. Teachers and staff, thank you for investing in us. For those who stay up those extra hours grading papers, or if you're Mr. Gibbs, for coming into school early enough to watch the sunrise. For those who open up your classrooms to us at all times of the day and sacrifice your own personal time. And a special shout out to Mrs. Ferry, who let us eat lunch with her every day and watch Disney movies. Thank you for those who care enough to know us as individuals, to know us for who we are and not just students. Parents, grandparents, siblings, aunts, uncles, family, thank you for agreeing to read our papers after you've already been asleep for several hours. Or is that just me who did that? For those who showed how much they loved us by putting in hours helping us with projects. For those who showed how much they loved us by making us learn how to do projects on our own. For planning the 8th grade dance, for volunteering for the SAA, the PTO, the Girl Scouts, the Boy Scouts, for bringing snacks to our youth sporting events, and for doing everything out of love for us and not receiving even close to the amount of recognition and awards you deserve. But I thank you for simply being our role models, for being the people we aspire to be, for loving us in the way we hope to someday love others. We couldn't have made it this far without you. Lastly, to the class of 2018, we should be thankful for each other, for helping each other with homework problems we are stuck on, but never giving each other the answers, for being a teammate and pushing each other to perform at our best, for keeping each other humble by reminding us of the times we fell down the stairs, attempted to sing the national anthem, or tried to make a joke in a graduation speech, for keeping the school day fun and unpredictable, for simply sharing this experience for the past 4 years and making it one that we'll never forget. Congratulations, and I wish everyone luck in everything that they do.
Mr. John DeCoco, President of the Schalmont Board of Education, would like to offer his congratulations to the class of 2018. Mr. DeCoco.
Good evening. I'd like to begin by offering my congratulations to the Schalmont High School class of 2018. I'm happy to be sharing in the excitement tonight, not only as board president, but also as a parent of a graduating senior. Thinking about tonight, I tried to remember what was going through my mind as I sat waiting to walk the stage back in 1986. And for those of you doing the math, I'm not quite 50 yet. I remember looking at the program, as I still do today, and counting how many speakers there were. I remember wondering, and I'm guessing some of you might be too, just how much life-changing advice one can digest in 60 minutes. Like it or not, you're going to get a lot of advice in the days and weeks ahead. A lot of it will begin with remember to or make sure. And my kid's overwhelming favorite is when I was your age. I think it was somewhere around 3rd or 4th grade when my kids finally started questioning, how is it possible that Dad's walk to school and his walk home were both uphill? Why was it always snowing? And above all, why was I barefoot? Tonight, each one of you will walk across this stage and into your adult lives. A lot has changed since I and your parents took that same walk. The technology we use to learn, live, and work, the political issues that consume us, the breakthroughs in science, and the progress on social issues that would have been thought impossible back then. I want to talk tonight about a couple of things that I believe haven't changed, namely the abundance of opportunity and the optimism that we as Americans have the privilege to enjoy. It's easy to believe in our highly political climate, with constant news of all things negative, that this country of ours, if not the whole world, is on the decline, that you'll never had it as good as your parents had it, never experience America as a land of opportunity. Having spent time in nearly 30 countries outside the United States, I can say for sure that's not the case and that we still have something very special here. When in other countries, time and time again, my hosts would speak of the challenges their children face, the distances they would have to go to find work, the barriers they face in trying to get ahead. Whatever the subject, jobs, the economy, wages, health care, education, not once did I ever feel I or my family might be better off somewhere other than where we all sit tonight. So, don't get mired in the negative. Be informed, but more than that, be enlightened. You have instant access to just about any information you want. Be wary of the information you consume. Reach your own conclusions and views, and experience this country and the world for yourselves, not as it's presented to you in sound bites, headlines, tweets, and editorials. It's truly an amazing time for all of you graduates. By the end of today, as you're wrapping up whatever you have planned for this evening, 130,000 people will have risen out of poverty. And that's happened every day since 1990, but we don't talk about that. We're living better and we're living longer. Medical advancements have made it so that we're living twice as long as we would have just 100 years ago. But again, we don't emphasize that. Literacy, technology, political freedom, again, all on the rise. The things you hear about in the news seemingly nonstop, ecological disasters, violent crime, those have actually declined overall in the past few decades. The point is this: you sit here today in what I believe is still the greatest place for any graduate to be. You have graduated from a great school and a great community and the greatest country in the world. Life is good. Go out, be optimistic, take advantage of the opportunities you have, and be sure to give back in some way to help make your community and our country an even better place for those who are going to take your seats next year. Congratulations again to the class of 2018, and congratulations to the parents, faculty, and staff who helped make their achievement possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. DeCoco. Dr. Carol Pallas, Superintendent of Schools, will now offer her congratulations to the class of 2018.
Thank you. Board President, Mr. DeCoco, members of the Board of Education, Principal Abbasi, Assistant Principal Mrs. Martin, teachers, staff members, honored guests, parents, and students of the class of 2018. It is with great honor and privilege that I address you tonight as you prepare to become graduates of Schalmont High School. I first, of course, wish to begin by congratulating you, the class of 2018. The ending of high school is the beginning of your launch into your adult life. Although the term lifelong learner is used a lot, it really is true that today starts the continuation of your lifelong learning into your post-graduation world. What will matter from this point forward is the work and effort you put into the next phase of your life. As you leave the confines of the high school campus and go out into the larger world, one of the greatest things you'll gain is perspective, a true sense for what's really important and what isn't. What will matter from this point forward is the work and effort you put into the next phase of your life. And while you will carry with you your high school accomplishments, in this time of transformation, when the world starts expecting more adult, less kid, you will begin to place your focus on moving forward toward your goals and becoming the person you want to be and be known for. Remember, it's a small world and a long life, and the deeper you go into continuing your education or starting your career, the more you will appreciate that it isn't just your recent history that matters, but the full body of your life's work that will determine your opportunities and your ability to most effectively pursue those opportunities. Keep in mind as you travel your next pathway, considering things such as college and work and eventually having a family, that while the acquisition of knowledge and effort in your work life is important, developing a reputation as someone who people eagerly want to be around and collaborate with is equally, if not more important. This is especially true, knowing we live in an age when it's easy, encouraged, almost expected for someone to be outraged by something at all times. When even the most minor of slights can be turned over to the internet mob, blown out of proportion, and a demand for justice be made. That kind of stuff happens every day and gets a lot of unnecessary attention. Don't sweat the small stuff. Save your energy for the things that mean the most to you, the things that matter to your family, your well-being, the things that are truly important. And when you need to take a stand, do it with civility and decorum. There are too many people in this world who are quick to react without knowing all the facts, immediately turn to social media, their lawyers, or even worse, violence, for things that simply aren't worth it. It is said that civility costs nothing and buys everything. Spend it generously. Be the class that brings back polite, meaningful discussion. Be the class that understands you can still be courteous to those you disagree with. Be the class that knows that listening is the greater communications tool than talking, or yelling, or posting, or hitting send. Recognize that the only way progress is made in this world is to, as Stephen Covey said, seek first to understand, then to be understood. From cashiers to heads of state, from clerks to professional athletes, there are still too many examples of ill-mannered and disrespectful behavior in this world. Don't buy into it. In every generation's leaders emerge because they one day awake to the realization that it's not up to someone else to fix this problem or to take up their cause. It's up to them. So now is the time for you to lead. As you go forward from this place, make a point of reaching out to people whose beliefs and values differ from your own. Go out there and treat each other with respect and make it a better place. As you spend today in celebration, I hope you take a moment to reflect on the support of those you surround yourself by, your parents, family members, friends, peers, teachers, and mentors. Take the time to make new friends and build relationships with others, but at the same time, keep close the friends you have already made, especially the ones who have a special place in your heart or who have always had your back. Remember the teachers who pushed you harder than you wanted to be pushed at times, and your family who loved and supported you every step of the way. If you are headed away from town in the fall, don't forget to check up on your parents and thank them for believing in you. Especially for our moms, you know they are putting on a brave face now, but it's hard on your parents when you leave the nest. In conclusion, students of the class of 2018, I remind you that today is a day for celebration and reflection. Let your heart fill with the love and joy of the family and friends who surround you now, but be sure to take time to reflect on the accomplishments, achievements, and opportunities that made up your time here in Schalmont. As you leave us today and go off into your future, I will share with you my wishes that I have shared with the classes before you. I wish you faith to leap into the world ahead. I wish you passion to challenge injustice. I wish you confidence to embrace your strengths. I wish you humility to admit your failings. I wish you wisdom to value all you have been taught. I wish you awareness so that you know your own self-worth. And I wish you the clarity to know that you have the right and the obligation to go out there and be the very best that you can be. As author Deborah Ballard reminds us, take a moment to breathe, to recognize all you have accomplished. Then move forward with courage into the future you choose. Always remember to honor each accomplishment before you move on to the next task. That way you build a strong foundation, acknowledging where you've been and what you've learned to take you into the future. Congratulations to you, the class of 2018. We are all counting on you to live lives worthy of retelling, lives that will inspire the next generation. My fondest, best wishes go with you, one and all.
Class President Giancarlo Mertz will now offer his message to the class of 2018. Giancarlo.
Thank you, Jesse. A big welcome and thank you to staff, administration, distinguished guests, community members, families, and custodial members for always supporting our class and coming to celebrate the class of 2018 as we complete this chapter in our lives. It is a special privilege to have served as your class president. I now realize that it's also the only way I could get on stage with the top 10%. Also, in case my speech crashes, your seats do act as flotation devices in case of emergency. As I considered what I should say today, I thought about what it means to be president of the class. And as we've learned, the presidency is not just about one person. It's about the people that they serve, to be their voice. And the first step is to listen to what they say. So I did. During a game of Foursquare, I asked Nolan Small what he would say to our class at our commencement ceremony. He stated, "You don't need college to get paper. I asked Matt Warner during a physics quiz what I should say during my speech. He said, "Please leave me alone. I'm trying to take my quiz." This really hit home because this is the most Matt has ever said. I continued to ask other students. During my study hall, I asked Julia Whipple what she would say to students going to college and advise them on what to do. She simply stated, "Start fresh." When I asked Mason Yurden about advice he would give to people entering the workforce, he stated, "The American dream is still alive. Find it and love it." When I asked Caitlin Cole what was an important lesson going into the real world, she said, "Don't focus on what you want to be, focus on who you want to be." What I heard from my classmates is that maybe college isn't for everyone, and that entering the workforce can prove to be just as rewarding and successful as going off to college. And that for some, going off to college presents a whole new world and an opportunity to do it all over again. This time, starting off fresh with the knowledge and experiences we learned at Schalmont, or that you should be proud to pursue the American dream. And according to Google, the American dream is the ideal that every citizen should have an equal opportunity to achieve success and prosperity through hard work, determination, and initiative. And that through that hard work, we will find who we want to be and where we will stand in the world. What we also heard is that asking your classmates questions during a physics exam may result in some unexpected responses. So what defines the class of 2018? When we were in 9th grade, the high school football team went to the state finals. We were proud of the team, no doubt. But the message heard most loudly wasn't, "We are great" or "We rock." It was, "We are family." That's what defines our class. Over the last 4 years together, we would learn what that meant, what loyalty, respect, and honor means to your peers. Like all brothers and sisters, we would get into it once in a while. We could be a little mischievous at times, like someone making a meow sound every time Mr. Abbasi was talking to our class in the school bus. I won't mention any names, Dave Connell, or the time that some of our fellow classmates were taking a walk on school grounds, accidentally tripped and found themselves on the roof of the school. And of course, being the only class to single-handedly lose their cafe privileges for a year is not something we'll bring up. But also, like brothers and sisters, we learn to respect each other for their individuality. When a Schalmont family faced a tragedy, we all felt it. We picked each other up and stood tall. When one of us rose to the top, we all celebrated. But here's the thing. This class, the Schalmont class of 2018, is truly exceptional. The artistic, musical, and athletic talents are incredible. The hard work ethic and determination is unmatched. The academic achievements are signs of greatness to come. This is a class that grew during the greatest technological advancements, and the intellectual growth in every single member of this class is astounding. We have a tremendous amount to be proud of. I mean, you guys are sitting next to future doctors, lawyers, police officers. I can't wait for the day I get pulled over and Austin Langenbach and Connor Ryan walk up to my vehicle and ask me to step out. Anyway, let me leave you with this thought. We grew up here at Schalmont, learning to be proud of who we are and where we came from. We can never lose that. Whatever path you choose in life, be proud. Whether you go directly into the workforce, off to college, or the military, be proud. We come from hardworking families. We know the meaning of honor and respect, and we will accomplish great things. Be proud. We are Schalmont, and we will always be family. So, when you get knocked down, get back up. When you get pushed into a corner, stand tall. When someone has proven their loyalty, don't leave their side. When you want to give up, don't. And remember, if you choose to take the road less traveled, the road will be rough, but you will experience something truly special. Wherever you go, whoever you're with, be safe and be happy. Godspeed.
Student Council President Gabrielle Van Dyke will now offer her thoughts to the class of 2018. Gabby?
Good evening. Before I proceed, I would like to truly thank, on behalf of the class of 2018, our teachers, parents, and friends for pushing us to be where we are today. From the bottom of our hearts, we truly thank you for all you've done for us. Now, fellow graduates, we made it. We persevered through pages of homework, online Schoology assignments, tests, quizzes, or if you've ever had Miss Cass, twizzes, and look where we are now, graduates of Schalmont High School. Tonight, we will be told to aspire to be great, that we have our whole lives ahead of us, and essentially, good luck on whatever in life lies ahead. While those points are well said, I would like to take a moment to reminisce about the parts of our lives that have already passed. Whether or not we've already noticed, Schalmont High School has gifted us many opportunities for success, yet it is small enough that it feels like home. Because of its size, we have all grown up together. We were all there to see each other through our Webkins phase, our silly bands phase, and for the girls, our side bangs phase. We witnessed field days and kickball tournaments together. We had friendship games, Saber Cities, football games, snowballs, and proms, all with each other. Most importantly, we've seen each other develop into who we are now and who we want to be. Our nation's third president, the writer of the Declaration of Independence, and my personal favorite founding father, Thomas Jefferson, once said, "But friendship is precious, not only in the shade, but in the sunshine of life. And thanks to a benevolent arrangement of things, the greater part of life is sunshine." So, while we all might not be the best of friends, without a doubt, we can say that Schalmont and the people we are sitting next to right now have changed our lives forever. And we know that they have seen us go through both the shade, like freaking out about college applications, stressing about AP tests, or maybe some prom drama here or there, as well as the sunshine in our lives, winning Powder Puff 2 years in a row, trips with Mr. Dolan to New York City, and Jesse's America pants during Spirit Week. So, in 10 or 20 years, when we have our reunions, have fun planning those, Giancarlo, be sure to come back and remember our little family, because I know, and I'm sure you all do too, how much we've all grown with each other. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
They're pretty nice pants. I would now like to invite Dulcie Beauregard, the class of 2018's valedictorian, to the podium to present the traditional valedictorian address. Dulcie.
Thank you, Jesse. Graduates, parents, friends, family, staff, it's an honor to be a part of the Schalmont High School Class of 2018 graduation ceremony. Hopefully, if you're a Schalmont senior currently sitting in the auditorium, you're officially a high school graduate. To quote the great Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, with this power comes great responsibility as we move on to our colleges, careers, and new lives. But with this diploma also comes freedom. Freedom from a school system which may have felt like it passed in the blink of an eye or like an eternity, and freedom to do what we were meant to do in this world. With determination and perseverance, hopefully these years have provided the foundation and tools for which we need to move forward and succeed in this world. The definition of success, according to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is the attainment of wealth, favor, or eminence. But do not let this definition define you. The actor Denzel Washington said money doesn't buy happiness, so do not get lost in the concept of success equaling wealth. However, Washington finished that quote with, "It's a heck of a down payment, though." So I am by no means saying stop striving for your huge ambitions, goals, and dreams, whatever they may be. Dreams are what fuel the future. Who were Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Harriet Tubman, or Alexander Hamilton without dreams? A bunch of people who never went down in the history books. Dreams are what we hope and hold on to, so never give up yours. And do not be afraid of failure. Our lives are still just beginning, and we are bound to face some struggles. And in the age of the selfie, don't forget to be yourself. Everyone has their own quirks and personality traits, and we are all different. But one thing that is universal for all of the seniors here are the memories that were made at Schalmont. Whether we like it or not, this school formed who we are. Next year, whether you're studying across the country, working at a job in Rotterdam, joining the military, or attending Schalmont College, Siena, you'll always call yourself a Schalmont grad, and this school district will be a part of your history. As this chapter of our lives closes and another is being written, remember that you are the author of your story. Others will influence you and add sentences to your novel, but never forget that you are the editor and the publisher. And if you do not like who you were in high school or simply want a fresh start, you're gifted that opportunity now. As I look back on our lives at Schalmont, I am reminded of the song that Mrs. Bragle had us sing, which states, "Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold." This lyric is definitely a cheesy sentiment, but it's true. Do not forget your A1, Day 1 OG friends, but also make new ones. Explore different activities and converse with people you normally would not have in high school. As I learned in sociology, networking is everything, so try not to make enemies. But hey, Drake has got a lot of enemies and he's doing just fine. What I'm trying to say is that the Schalmont part of your life is over, but graduates, you still have got so much life to live. Live it how you want to and to the fullest. Thank you.
Nicole Caldera and Brian Thompson will now present the class gift. Nicole and Brian.
Throughout our 4 years of high school, the members of the class of 2018 have raised funds for our end-of-the-year activities, but also with the intention to donate a gift back to Schalmont in order to express their gratitude and appreciation for everything the school has done for them over the last 4 years. The most recent graduating classes have donated such things as a new welcome mat sign for the main entrance and water fountains with bottle refill capabilities. This year, the class of 2018 has decided to do something to give back to the school in various ways instead of just one. At Schalmont, there are numerous organizations and clubs that work together in order to keep the school running as smoothly as it does. This year, our class has decided to donate our remaining money, $6,200, to each of the following organizations and clubs: Dollars for Scholars, the School Improvement Team, SAG Club, the Clothing Closet, Student Council, and Mr. Dolan's Ronald McDonald Toy Drive.
Dollars for Scholars provides scholarships to graduating seniors each year to help them through college. The School Improvement Team does quarterly honorable breakfasts to acknowledge students' outstanding academic performance. SAD Club provides a better school environment for students by bringing awareness to bullying and destructive decisions. The clothing closet provides those in our school district who are less fortunate with much needed everyday essentials. Student Council provides scholarships to a leadership conference as well as scholarships to graduating seniors, and Mr. Dolan's Ronald McDonald Toy Drive raises money and brings toys as well as other items to children and families at the Capital District Ronald McDonald houses on Christmas Eve. These are just a few select organizations within our Schalmont community. We are honored to be there and able to contribute to their legacy. These various groups within our community is what makes us Schalmont proud.
Okay, I'd like to call up Mr. DeCoco and Dr. Palace. I would like to, would the class of 2018 please stand? Dr. Palace, I present to you the class of 2018 of Schalmont High School. I certify to you, in the presence of this audience, that all of these students have successfully completed their prescribed courses of study for their high school diploma as outlined by the New York State Board of Regents and the Schalmont Board of Education.
Mr. DeCoco, Mr. Abbasi, our principal, has certified to me that the students assembled before us have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study. Now, but under the power and authority vested in me by the Commissioner of Education and the statutes of the State of New York, I confirm these students for graduation. You may now begin awarding the diplomas.
Ms. Nora Sabatini, Ms. June Crone, class of 2018 co-advisors, will call the roll of successful candidates for graduation in order that their diplomas may be conferred individually. It is my honor to ask Ms. Sabatini and Ms. Crone to please call the roll of the valedictorian, salutatorian, class officers, and students so they may receive their diplomas. Mr. DeCoco and Dr. Palace, we would be honored if you would present the candidates for graduation their diplomas and offer individual congratulations.
Right there. I gotta announce them first. These guys. Dulcie Anna Beauregard. Kaylee Grace Older. Giancarlo Antonio Mertz. Megan Ashley Stewart. Jesse Timothy Odell. Alexis Ciara Delanoy. Adam Fode Lahai Jones. Anna Elizabeth Thomasone. Gabrielle Macy Van Dyke. Brian Matthew Thompson. Molly Cameron Older. Nicole Marie Caldera. Brianna Lynn Autry. Caitlin Ariana Cole. Renee Rose Deerstein. Brianna Maria DiCaprio.
Alexandra Marie Dixon. Caroline Grace Galuli. Emily Catherine Holman. Olivia Marcia Lawrence. Haley Catherine Sikora. Devin Michael Smith. Zoe Jones Wise. Lauren Celia Albin. Sylvia Jean Aragosa. Matthew Ryan Archambault. Olivia Noel Armstrong. Michael James Arteezy. Tyler Michael Bacon. Ryan Anthony Barrett. Amaya Jolie Beltran. Sarah Ann Benson. Riley Thomas Black. Paige Elizabeth Brinkman. William John Henry Britton. Francis Edward Brown. Haley Jean Buntich. Alec Thomas Burchart. Justin Patrick Bush. Kai Michael Callahan. Cameron Charles Campbell. William Frederick Campbell. Christian Caputo. Evan James Carlone. Jessica Ann Clifford. Kyle C. Lewis Condon. David Duncan Connell V. Elia Jules Kausert. Dominic Paul Croce. Michael Thomas Colbert. Samantha Marie Cuomo. Nicholas Joseph DeCinto. Alexander William Diana. Daniel Anthony DeCoco. Matthew Joseph Dixon. Dennis James Durant. Justin Donald Ducey. Alexander Mark Fuse. James Blaine Fink. Hanovi Aida Fletcher. Carrie Catherine Flower. Rachel Lynn Gazillo. Laura Marie Jamette. Ashley Elizabeth Gendron. Allison Michelle George. Alexandria Nicolette Gerardo. Krista Lynn Gogus. Haven Marie Goldstein. Madison Elaine Graber. Jonathan James Hart. Andrew Christian Hilton. Julie Kate Hollister. Russell James Holman III. Cameron Foster Hauk.
Michael Joel Sachi Huckins. Edward Franklin Jameson. Brianne Alexis Kenfield. Dakota Logan Kiefner. Timothy George Kitchener. Austin Tyler Legenbach. Thomas Fisher Lewis. Logan Marie Livingston. Nina Yelena Madala. Joseph Angelo Malozzi. Justin Anthony Murata. Laura Jean Marzala. Nicole Ann Massey. Evan Francis Maynard. Ariana Claudia McGaw. Emily K. McGowdy. Christian Onyx McGrail. Christopher Thomas Miller. Deidre Renee Moriarty. Jessica Jane Nardini. Olivia Kendall Nelson. Rajan James Nichols. Sorry. Ryan Jeffrey Older. Haley Nicole Osgood. John Glenn Paris. Ashley Winifred Parker. Shaylee Justice Peyton Coons. Desiree Brianna Petchel. Ryan Anthony Pepicelli. Christian Michael Pivacek. Taylor Leanne Pumphrey. Emma Jo Regina. Jarrett Michael Reynolds. Hannah Inez Robbins. Jacob Daniel Rotter. James J. Rumba. Jasmine Janet Russell. Connor Campbell Ryan. Christopher William Ryder. John David Sanders. Emily Catherine Savona. Michaela Diana Schaefer. Sarah Elizabeth Schwinghammer. Jessica Marie Shudo. Nathaniel Caleb Shaw. Alexis Morgan Siegschlag. Karan Ver Singh. Noah William Small. Ashley Lynn Sorrenti. Justin William Starker. Tyler Dane Starr. Devin Michael Tetlak. Michael Gennaro Thomasone. Zachary James Terrell. Brandon Paul Villeneuve. Matthew Anthony Warner. Cameron Chase Weaver. Madison Jane Weaver. Matthew Kenneth Whalen. Julia Angelina Whipple. William John White. Lillian Ashley Wilder. Christopher David Woods. Alexis Rose Yearden. Mason James Yearden. And William Ronald Zay.
Alexis Delanoy and Megan Stewart will now lead us in the switching of the tassels. Alexis and Megan, please come to the podium.
Good evening, everyone. Before we can walk you through the last stage of this ceremony, we would like to take the time to thank all the wonderful teachers, parents, and many others who have helped us along the way and made this day possible for us. And also to congratulate all of our fellow classmates that are here with us today. The last 4 years have been a roller coaster. We've had moments of joy and also moments filled with stress. We've had moments of panic as we completed an entire project the night before it was due, or as we speedily finished homework minutes before the period began. We've shared memories filled with joy, such as our Powder Puff Game wins, Spirit Weeks, pep rallies, dances, proms, and homecomings. Our experience is about to come to an end, but the memories and friendships we've made have shaped us all, and they will last a lifetime.
The switching of our tassels represents our transition into the next chapter of our lives. The tassel resting on the right symbolizes the past. All the work we've put in to get to this point resides there. Every test, every F, and every A. All the stress and each sigh of relief. It embodies both those excited Friday afternoons and the dreaded Monday mornings, as well as everything in between. It represents our time in the close-knit Schalmont High School community, the familiarity, the memorized schedules and kind faces of not only current but past teachers. Switching our tassels to the left represents our future and what is yet to come. It symbolizes the transition between the known into the unknown and limitless possibilities. It will be daunting, but wherever we all end up, whether it be the workforce, higher education, or the military, though we may not be together, each of these memories and tiny moments will live on in all of us.
That being said, the time has come for all of our hard work to pay off. So now if you would all join us in the switching of our tassels. Take your right hand, grab the tassel, and switch it to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2018. We made it.
At this time, senior members of the chorus and concert choir will sing a salute to the class of 2018. This will be followed by an alma mater. We would ask that the graduates please rise and remain standing for all musical selections. During the alma mater, we ask that everyone please stand.
Close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. A million dreams, a million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world
Congratulations to the class of 2018. This concludes our 61st commencement exercise, and I ask that the audience please be seated and remain seated in your place until the graduates have made their way out of the theater. Graduates will exit across the stage and through the rear of Proctor's Theater out into Stratton Plaza. The recessional will now be played.